Welcome to a Friday edition of Around the Table with Dan and Ann. It is Dan time. It's all me
snuck
today.
That mic up on me yet again.
Well, yeah, you need to be prepared.
You know, usually
This
that's
business.
the last thing you do is pull those mics up, and now it's like the first thing you do, and it's.
Well,
I need to watch it.
well, in early times, I would put mine up, and then I'd start talking, and then I would bring yours up, but then your mouth would move, and no one would hear you.
I think that was on purpose. I was
just-
shining my microphone.
Just blow it off. It's fine. All the germs just leave.
Do they?
They all leave.
Okay.
Yeah. Do that every now and then.
I washed yours once.
For a good reason. And
Yeah.
why was it?
Sickly person in here that was using it.
Wasn't
Little
me.
bite. No, it wasn't. But anyway. Okay.
Yes.
Good morning, Dan.
Good morning,
it's
Ann.
Friday.
For Friday.
Yeah.
Big shopping day tomorrow. This will be, what is it, last weekend to
No,
shop?
there's a weekend next weekend. This is only the 13th, Dan. It's
Oh.
Friday the 13th, by the way.
Oh, and it's a full moon, too.
Is it?
Yes.
Ooh.
You know what that means?
I mean, you know what? It used to mean when I worked in surgery,
Yes.
it used to mean we were going to have a bunch of C-sections is what it usually meant. Or something was going to go nuts.
I was going to say the full moon usually
would
brings
work.
out the babies.
We would work on call.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
just one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah. I worked in the hospital for a while.
Did you howl like a wolf on full moons?
No, but people got weird.
They do.
During full moons. They would either fight each other or have more accidents, or you know, it's the tide, the moon,
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's true. I mean, it seems to be a legit thing.
Yeah.
You ask anybody in the health profession anyway, and
Yeah.
they'll say, "Oh, it's full moon," like ER, any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
So do you miss
Anyway.
that?
Yes, I do.
Do you really?
Parts of it I miss a whole lot.
Yeah. Do you miss the C-sections?
Sure.
I mean, the back to back C-sections.
You know, I didn't mind it when I was young.
Yeah.
Now, do I want to be up all night? I mean, I can remember working all flipping
Yeah,
night, not
yeah.
going home, like not going home. And we would even have to work the morning shift for a little while to get, things underway, and then we could go home. They would let the call crew go
Yeah.
home. But yeah, I used to be able to do that, but anymore, I don't really want to.
Yeah.
So
Just you live a sedentary life now.
if you want to call it, I don't know that it's sedentary. Sedentary, I think of sitting on my butt all day.
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
I don't live that
Yeah.
life, but I like
I like to be
where
busy,
I'm at.
don't
I like
you?
my season, and I like doing I like piddling,
Do you go out and piddle?
or I go in and piddle, one or the other. I
Okay.
have lots of little projects I could clean out, and I kind of go through those from time
What's
to time.
the longest project that you've never finished?
Life?
That's a project in itself.
I don't know.
Oh,
I've not
my
really
gosh.
thought about that. There's always home. You live on a little farm, and there's always improvement. You always have to do something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But a lot of my things are.
It's always the emergency things that get pushed up to the front of the
Sure.
list.
Sure.
Like a gate's broken. Well, I got to fix
Yeah.
that right now.
You do.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. I cleaned off the studio roof the other day.
How was
It's a
that?
it's
Do
a
you
metal
get up
building.
on it?
Yeah, you get up on it, and I slipped once, and I go, I could fall off of
Dan,
this thing.
my husband won't hardly do that anymore.
What,
He
get up
used
on
to,
the-
He used to think about, but it's a pitch
Well, mine's
on our shop.
Well, you've seen these metal buildings where the ridges run long ways instead of
yes,
down.
that'll help.
No, it's like for carport type of thing. But I had a studio built out of that. I had put two together. I got the biggest ones they had and put two together, and
As a roof.
as a roof. Yeah, it just goes up the side and over the top and
But
around.
it doesn't if it's going this way, doesn't that give you something to stand on?
Well, yeah, but I
little bit?
slipped off of it. I was
Well, that's really
cleaning the leaves. Those ridges collect the leaves and water.
Sure.
It doesn't leak, but it just collects. So I went up there cleaning that off.
How do you clean them off?
I was using a leaf rake.
Yeah, you need a big leaf blower.
Well, I had a blower up there. I did, but I had to get the muck off because the blower wasn't powerful enough. So anyway, I was down on the edge, and it was kind of mucky, watery, and had my hiking boots on, and I hit the edge and slipped off of it,
And what?
looked over the edge and go, I could have tumbled. I could have laid
Did
there
you get
for,
down then?
No, I just kept working.
Oh, that was just a little scare. Let's go ahead.
Yeah. But I got the job done. That's my main mission. Get the job done.
There you go. And in this time of year, there's still leaves on the trees. So
Yeah.
no matter what we do to clean leaves or blow leaves or mulch leaves or whatever,
Yeah.
they're going to come back till they're all gone. But
is the leaf pickup starting Monday again? The 20
yes.
Starts
There's
Monday
a
for
different ward. I'll look that up.
The last section, I think.
Blah, blah.
Anyway, we had some weather moving into the area. You want to talk weather a little bit?
We can. I thought there was going to be rain earlier than there.
Oh, it did yesterday. It said that yesterday.
But today.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to do it?
Yeah,
first?
cloudy today, then gradually becoming mostly sunny with a high near 56 degrees. And then tonight, a chance of showers before 3 a.m., then a chance of showers and thunderstorms between 3 and 4, then showers and possibly thunderstorms after 4.
What? Would you just not read?
No, I'm not making this up. This is exactly what it says. Low around 44 degrees, southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, up to 25 gusts. Chance of precipitation 90%. So basically, it's going to start raining around 3, and it's going to continue.
My dirt road will appreciate it.
There you go. Saturday, showers and possibly thunderstorms. High near 57 degrees. Chance of precipitation 100%.
Okay.
And with gusty winds up to 25 miles per hour.
Gusty winds.
Expect higher amounts in areas where it's raining.
Hello.
Saturday night, partly cloudy with a low around 38. Okay, you want to do Sunday?
Sunday is mostly sunny with a high of 63, so it looks to be a pretty day. And not much wind forecast. Sunday night, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, a low of 51, but there is an 80% chance of rain comes back into the forecast. And then Monday, showers possibly, a thunderstorm before noon, temperature rising to near 59. I'm not reading all that. Winds gust up to 20 miles per hour and chance of precipitation on Monday is 80%. Monday night, low of 34. Yeah. Tuesday is a high of 56. Wednesday is a high of 48. Tuesday night, 38. And Wednesday night, 23. Looks like Thursday's in the 40s. So you asked about the leaf thing.
Yeah.
Starting Monday, December 16th will be Ward 1 in the city. You're supposed to go to the City of Harrison Facebook page because they show you pictures.
Yeah.
Don't put them in the street. Do not put your leaves in the street.
Okay.
They want them on the curb right there at the yard, not in the street.
Oh.
Is what I ciphered.
I was wondering how they pick those up.
And I think, Donna Raymer's going to be on here, I think, Monday. And we may, they have biodegradable bags.
Yeah, you have to put them in bags.
Put them in, or you can have them you can rake them. You don't have to have them in bags. Although I would recommend that with 25 mile per hour wind.
I mean, nice.
You know what I mean?
Well, you just get a big rock and put on the top of the leaves. They'll all stay there. Hey, it works for me in my mind.
Okay.
It works. It works.
Whatever works, Dan. It's all about what's in your mind. Okay.
How about a topic to ponder? Would you like to ponder
Let's
a topic?
Ponder something.
Get up, get moving, get those thinking caps on. It's time to ponder this topic.
All right, this is our last one for the week. This was all about food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, what is a signature meal you're good at preparing?
Well, it doesn't ask which one do you like that you prepare, because this is not my favorite, but my kids absolutely loved it.
Are you good at preparing?
Chicken spaghetti.
Chicken spaghetti. Chicken Parmesan spaghetti?
You can put Parmesan on it.
Yeah.
I didn't always for the boys. It was Velveeta. It was pure nothing. It was Velveeta. It was ooey gooey mess of chicken spaghetti.
Okay, good.
But it's not my favorite.
Okay,
but I'm good at it.
I'm good at breakfast.
Because you make the gravy.
Yes, make my own biscuits and my own gravy.
I like that.
And fried eggs and.
Are you gonna bring something in here one time?
Well, if
feed
you want.
me.
It may be cold.
This would have been perfect morning. I had to fast. You could have breakfast waiting for me when I pulled in here.
Had no inclination you needed
help.
That. Yeah.
I don't think you'd have done it anyway.
Yeah.
But that's okay. What about you? Just breakfast?
Breakfast, yeah. I can do toast really well.
Can you?
Yeah, it's a signature meal. toast.
Okay. What kind of bread do you? Oh, I know what kind of bread do you use.
Yeah,
because I use it too.
Yeah. Are you liking the bread from Bent and Dent?
I don't make my own right now because the 11 grain bread is so good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good
it
bread.
Is. It is.
Yeah.
Neighbor's Mill makes good bread too.
Yeah, they do.
So.
Yeah.
I don't know if theirs is. I think they have a 12 grain. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
But they both have that. It's just something about that extra oomph. It sure does beat Sara Lee's 40.
Oh yeah.
40 calorie bread.
Well, the stuff you buy at the store, you can leave it out. And
I don't
it molds.
because
it doesn't
I haven't
mold.
tried that. I put it in the fridge.
Try it. Yeah.
If it doesn't mold, I don't mold. Maybe I do mold. I don't know.
If something has a date on it, it's like 3 or 4 years away. There's got to be something in it that's
We've
not
kind of talked
good.
about that. There's preservative in there that you probably don't need to have.
Yeah. Okay, go to our Facebook page. Today's topic to ponder is, what is a signature meal you're good at preparing?
We were trying to get... Okay, here we are. I found it. Never mind.
Okay.
It's up. We want to know your thoughts.
Yeah.
Oh, we have several responses, but I also got just let me do this because it's the text my governor for Harrison City. It says that Michael Street between Cottonwood Road and Marriott Street will be closed today from 7 to 3:30 for sewer repair. So just be mindful of that if you live in that area.
Okay.
Okay, a hamburger helper signature. You know what, Jeannie Waters? I don't think you probably make hamburger helper very often. That's just my perception. What? Okay, I don't know. This one's a little squirrely.
All right.
Mediterranean pasta.
Ooh.
Anything with turmeric. Not turmeric, turmeric. Leslie King's got a bunch of butt and ribs and stuff laid out here. He's got like a whole array picture of stuff that he...
The Mediterranean thing sounds nice.
Asian was another one.
Yeah. Oh, Asian food. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anytime people want to make those meals because they're so good at it, and they want to drop off a couple plate, or just one would be okay. One plate would be nice for me, but I'd be willing to test it for you.
Sure. You know what? Dan and I will be taste testers for absolutely just about anything.
Yeah, if you got a pie competition.
If you got it, we will help you out with it. Yeah. Hey, I want to shout out to Harrison Fitness, who's been going around giving some of their little goodie bags to some of the local businesses if you comment. And Lisa Johnson and I had commented about this place, and they brought us little goodie bags. Shakers and stuff for like protein powder shakers and stuff. Yeah,
cool things.
So thank you for that, Harrison Fitness.
All right. Let's do. You want to know what's happened in today in history?
Well, the first one we can't say.
Go ahead.
96 years ago today, George Gershwin's An American in Paris made its debut at Carnegie Hall in New York. It would have been a lovely excerpt had we heard it.
Okay.
Next.
We're doomed to repeat ourselves, so let's find out what happened today in history.
We've never thought possible that a state president would hold discussions with some of his own prisoners. It's unheard that things of this kind should happen.
This was back in 1989, 35 years ago today. South African President F.W. de Klerk met for the first time with imprisoned African National Congress leader Nelson Mandela. World leaders praised de Klerk, but the spokesperson for South Africa's Conservative Party denounced the meeting.
I was a little antsy.
I believe things happen for a reason, and I hope the long wait of the last 5 weeks will heighten a desire to move beyond the bitterness and partisanship of the recent past.
24 years ago today, a day after the Supreme Court ruled against further recounts of presidential ballots in Florida, Democrat Al Gore conceded the election to Republican George W. Bush. Mr. Bush said it was time for the nation to move forward. We hear that every year.
All the time.
It's time to move forward.
Let there be no doubt. While I strongly disagree with the court's decision, I accept it.
Oh, I would disagree, too, if I was in a race for the presidency. 24 years ago today, back in 2000, a day after the Supreme Court ruled against further recounts of presidential ballots in Florida, Democrat Al Gore conceded the election to Republican George W. Bush.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
21 years ago today, American troops near Iraq captured Saddam Hussein, who had been hiding in a hole in the ground. U.S. Administrator in Iraq, Paul Bremer, made the announcement the very next day.
Okay.
It started about 10-15 minutes ago, about the time when the Iraqi National Council here confirmed that they had heard that Saddam Hussein has been captured somewhere near his hometown of Tikrit. You started hearing some of the cars honking their horns, and all around you, people firing into the air.
This is the same event back in Iraq. They captured Saddam Hussein. CBS News correspondent Kimberly Dozier described the action in Baghdad as the word spread the next day.
Isn't it hard to fathom that was 21 years ago?
Yeah, really.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just seems like
that much
yesterday.
time has passed. Yeah.
The world is better off without you, Mr. Saddam Hussein. And I find it very interesting that when the heat got on, you dug yourself a hole and you crawled in it.
Okay. 21 years ago today, American troops near Tikrit, Iraq, captured Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
And that was thoughts from George W. Bush.
Yeah.
He said that I'm Saddam Hussein, I am the president of Iraq, and I'm willing to negotiate.
That was...
the response from U.S. soldiers was, President Bush sends his regards.
that was big news. It filled the airways
You
all over
bet.
the place. This U.S. soldier was there, and he was sending his regards.
The road to this moment has been long, but those who believe in equality and justice, you never gave up.
2 years ago today, President Joe Biden signed gay marriage legislation saying the law and the love it defends strike a blow against hate in all of its forms.
Yeah. And today we have a birthday cut. 99 years old today. Dick Van Dyke was born. More recently, the star of Diagnosis Murder. He'll always be best known for the comedy writer Rob Petrie on the Dick Van Dyke Show.
You know, he got booted out of his home because of the
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 fires. They had
fires and stuff in
yeah.
Malibu.
Yeah, several people. Okay.
I don't tip because society says I have to. All right, I mean, I'll tip if somebody really deserves a tip. If they
One of
really
my
put
favorite
forth the
actors.
effort, I'll give them something extra. But, I mean, it's tipping automatically. It's for the birds.
67 years ago today, actor Steve Buscemi was born. He played the stingy Mr. Pink in Quentin Tarantino's crime thriller Reservoir Dogs.
Very good actor. And then Jamie Foxx's birthday is today. He is 57 years old. He's an actor, singer, and he was born on this day. He played the smooth-talking Curtis Taylor Jr., executive of Rainbow Records, in the 2006 film adaptation of the musical Dreamgirls.
35 years ago today, iconic singer Taylor Swift was born, and we all know that she's hit the stage a-running and has just finished up her big tour.
Yeah, and
We all know.
And every time she comes out with a tune, you might as well just give her an award.
We reached out to her people to see if she would grant us an interview.
Haven't heard back yet from her. Okay.
Just kidding.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk to the new CEO president of the Harrison Regional Chamber of Commerce, Jeff Nielsen, and we'll find out all about him in just a few minutes. Stick around, stay with us. You're listening to the Around the Table with Dan and Ann. Stay with us.
Channel 26.1.
And welcome back to Around the Table. We have the new president of the Harrison Regional Chamber of Commerce in the studio with us today, Jeff Nielsen. Welcome, Jeff.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Don't roast me too much.
We are glad to have the guru here. Oh, actually, it's quite nice to have the new person. And you've hit the ground running, no doubt.
I've tried to. This week, I've been with the chamber exactly 1 month.
Okay.
And it's been great. I love being here in Harrison. It's a wonderful town. The people are great. The industry's nice. It's a great small town. I'm happy to be able to try and help it.
So you mentioned you were from Texas. I'm going to say that. I'm not going to.
See, I was trying to avoid that.
Well, I did it anyway.
Thank you.
But what drew you here? I mean, were you looking to relocate, or this job just happened to come up and you went,
No, actually, I was already here.
Okay.
When the job opened up.
Okay.
My wife's from here. I had the good sense to marry a woman from Harrison.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Her maiden name was Lisa Woodworth. So her mom was Judy Kimes. She had a shop in the mall.
Yep.
Yeah, we heard that.
Yep.
Palace, Frontier Palace, something like that.
Yes,
Country Palace.
Country Palace.
It was Country Palace.
And she did that for many years. Yeah.
And then Lisa's father was DeVoe Woodworth, and he ran Boone County Road Department for God knows how long. So, and we were up here every holiday, Thanksgiving and Christmas. We'd come up in the summers sometimes because I have daughters. And, Papa had horses, and, we were going to go see the horses. So I've been up here quite a bit. And Lisa's got, I should say we have a lot of family here now.
Okay.
And so the plan was always to come to Harrison. But I was working in Houston, and, I got really tired of an hour and a half drive one way to go to work. I wasn't real happy with my job, and the girls were both married and gone, and I looked at Lisa and said, what are we doing here? And
really.
I came home from a really bad day at work one day and said, go find a house.
Aww.
And so she did. She moved up here while I sold the house in Houston and came up and have loved it ever since. Got a job at the county, working for the judge, and did that for about 6 months until when Wilson stepped down for the Chamber of Commerce. I wasn't going to apply for it just because I thought, I've kind of owed the judge. I haven't been here long enough to look at something like that. But the judge came to me and said, Jeff, you need to apply for this job.
Wow.
So I was very humbled and very thankful that he supported me in that.
Did he do that because of your qualifications, or just thought that you would be best suited in that type of job?
Oh, he didn't want to let me go. He made that pretty clear, but because of my qualifications.
Yeah.
I'd spent 23 years working for trade associations in the Houston market, mainly representing construction companies. So,
So you have a hand in industry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's,
you understand it.
I do, and I'm used to dealing with elected officials, so I've lobbied at local, state, and U.S. levels.
Okay.
I know how to talk to the elected officials. Came in with some ideas that apparently the chamber board liked. So and I think my biggest promise was I'm not here to change anything. I'm here I like Harrison the way it is, and I want to see it stay that way.
Right.
But I want to improve it.
Sure.
How can we make it better? And that's what I've been kind of working on.
I think some of the big pushes early on was to get a big industry coming in.
Yeah.
Is that something that we could handle, or is it viable, or do you want to maintain it or grow slow, or what's your thinking?
Well, I mean, there is some of that. There's issues with growth. These companies don't just fall out of the sky. When you're looking to bring in, manufacturing, because that's primarily what we have is manufacturing. We don't. Ours is kind of a mid-sized manufacturing, if I'm looking at it, okay? And that's what really fits this market. It fits it well. We have the workforce; it's pretty well trained, but there's questions about whether or not we have adequate workforce to accommodate another company that came in with, say, 200-300 jobs. Could we fill those spots? I think we could, but there's always those questions. Right now, I think part of the problem we have is available site space. There's only 5 acres that's available in the current industrial zone. Now, the paste plant just got sold.
Okay.
So there's 100,000 square feet of industrial space that's opened back up. So we're just looking to market that out there. So I'm hopeful that we can get somebody new in that's interested in that. So that's going to kind of change things. I'm pretty excited about that. Mark Methvin bought that up. So
okay.
And he's looking to lease it out. So if anyone's interested, we have some nice space out there. I'm sure he'd be willing to talk to you about.
Yeah.
And then so I mean that's kind of the primary push. I just did a tour over at North Arkansas College, both the North and South campuses yesterday, and was really impressed with that's a jewel for the city.
It most definitely is.
Yes.
People don't. Sometimes you just don't appreciate what you have in your own backyard.
Yeah.
That is a true jewel.
And they keep expanding and offering more. It's wonderful.
And the work that they're doing because of my background in construction, I am a big proponent for CTE classes out of high school, some vocational training classes, because there is a lot of money to be made. There are good jobs that are out there for people you don't have to go to college. One of my best friends, I had a best friend, we graduated in 85, so I'm old, but
we're older.
He went to a big college for 1 year and tried to do that whole No Child Left Behind stuff, which didn't do anybody any favors. He dropped out. He's made a great living selling tires. I mean, he's run. I think he's got a region that covers 3 states now. He's a district manager. Jobs like that people don't talk about. And
they don't. Yeah.
No, they don't.
There was a stigma about it. I think back when I graduated,
stigma.
your thing was you were going to college. That was how it was.
You needed to be a lawyer, a doctor, or some kind of professional.
If you remember, they were talking about United States. We're not going to be in manufacturing anymore. We're going to be in information technologies, and everybody needs to be able to code. We need to. That's
poppycock.
Poppycock.
Yeah, that's bunk. That's not true.
Yeah.
That was.
You need service people.
20-something years ago.
People to service other people.
Well, I'll tell you, and I can't remember the numbers correctly off the top of my head, but there was a number I saw for plumbers. The average age of a plumber, I want to say, is about 45 or 50.
Wow.
And there's because of that push for everyone going to college, you have this trough that drops down in the where we don't have the people behind them that are going to fill in. So if your plumber retires, there may not be somebody behind him to take care of that. And you're seeing that across the board for electricians, plumbers, HVAC, carpentry, home builders, all of that
Those
stuff.
they make a reputable living.
They do.
They make a great living.
Yeah.
They make a great living.
Yeah.
When I was representing the construction industry, I worked for civil construction, so it was road, bridges, water, sewer. And I did go out to some high schools, from time to time and talk to kids out there. It's like, look, these guys make more money than I do. They've got more toys.
Yeah.
You had to put it in terms the kids like.
Right.
So they have 24-foot boats. They have side-by-sides. They have hunting lodges. They all these toys. And the kids are like, wow, really? And I get to drive an excavator? It's like, yes, you do.
Yeah, there you go. That's so cool.
That's awesome.
And then what about the local business? I mean, that's where the funding comes from to support it on a daily basis. Is there a focus on the small person that owns a business?
I try to. I mean, my approach with the trade associations and the approach I'm bringing to the chamber is, the big companies, the big members are important. They give them their due. But every member of the chamber is important. You need to respect the little mom and pop shop just as much as you do the Pace Industries, the Wabaches, or the FedExes. Yeah, those are the big guys. They get their due. But look, it's our bread and butter as a chamber is the small to medium-sized companies. The vast majority of my membership is going to be, and we have 466 companies listed in the in
you
our
can be
database
one
right now.
too. Just saying.
Yes, you could. Always looking for more. If you're interested in joining the chamber, the benefits we have, come see me.
Yeah, and the challenge is to make them feel like they want to stay in business too.
Correct. I mean, that's what my approach has been with the chamber here is we need to promote all aspects of business. Everything that we do here is important. We're a small town, so if you're talking about a small startup that may only have 1 or 2 employees, that's 1 and 2 employees that are helping to add to the economy. Those jobs are important. Okay,
sure.
Nothing is small. Everything has value, and we need to respect that. Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to bring.
Yeah. I don't know if we hit anything that you had here. There's a bug on me. I'll give it to you. How nice. Oh, it's going on there.
No, it's on the wall. We're good.
But since we delve into your life,
I'm an open book.
Okay.
I don't hide anything. You ask all the questions you want.
But if you had things you wanted to point out, we'd be happy to.
Like I said, Amy made some nice little talking points for me, and I just know some of the. I mean, basically for the first month I've been here, it's just been. I've spent a ton of time meeting people. And like I said, I'm relatively new here, but I'm a kind of a history and political nerd. So I always like to get the history about the places where I'm at. So I've spent a lot of time trying to dig into the background of Harrison, the background of Boone County, learn as much as I can about that. One of the things, we did do the open house. We talked about it a little bit earlier. We had, which was really great. I had about 80 people show up for open house to welcome me to the spot, which was very humbling. Just to see the turnout from the the people here in Harrison was just it was humbling. I was very touched by that. I do have to say thank you to we have a group of ambassadors that work at the chamber. They volunteer their time, and they turned out in mass, and they brought food, which
that's always good.
That's always good.
And it was all good. So I can't see enough about how wonderful our ambassadors are, and especially how welcoming they've been to me.
Yeah. And I'd like to thank Mike Neighbors for filling in during that time, too.
He was on my, I'll tell you what, Mike Neighbors and Wilson Marseille have been invaluable to me as far as kind of getting me up to speed, show me where some of the bear traps are, where not to go, where not to,
that's good.
Which is important.
It's very important.
And then introducing me to some of the people in the community that I needed to meet with, which has been really very, very helpful. I mean, that's been a lot of what I've been doing here for this first month, going around. Like I said, I went out did a tour at NAC, and Dr. Massagale out there was really great. Give me a tour through there. Jeff Smith gave me a tour through the vocational training aspects of it, which was again really impressive. The services that they have out there is great. What else have we done? Oh, I did a tour. So it's called the Boone County Leadership Institute.
Yes,
it's our basically young leaders, potential leaders. The chamber has a whole program that we put together where we take these young individuals out and teach them about really kind of history of Boone County. Here's some of the services that are out there, and I think it was Tuesday we did a tour of the nonprofit tour basically.
Okay.
So we went through and stopped places like Share and Care, Grandma's House, Hope Cottages. We visited the library. And the Boone County Heritage Museum, which is pretty cool. That's a neat building.
Yeah.
And just kind of show everybody these are the different services that are out there. And I got to tag along with those guys and kind of learn about what each of them does. I was very impressed.
I would think that would be very important as someone new coming in, especially in the position that you're in, to be able to know people. I mean, to meet people and to know exactly what you're dealing with the businesses that are here. So.
It's a big thing. And a lot of it's not just people think, you need to meet the elected officials. Not necessarily. I mean, I've been working with Mayor Jackson, and then the state reps and senators. Those were some of the first ones I met too. But it's really there's some of the long-term leaders that have been in the community that Mike Neighbors has been really helpful in kind of introducing me to some of these guys.
Sure.
And getting some of the it's the history that you need to know about a region. So if you're going to try and improve it, don't make the same mistakes we've done over here.
Yeah.
Get the input from these guys who have the ear of a lot more people than I do.
Yeah.
And
and what may work in Houston may not work here.
Oh, right. I wouldn't even try and bring the stuff.
From
Houston here. No.
And a lot of people look at that and say, "Oh, it's working fine down there. It'll work fine here." Different society, different culture, the whole thing.
No. There's a reason I left that place.
Well, we're just about out of time for this segment, but I'd like to ask you to come back maybe when you get settled in.
Well, you know what?
Sure. Yeah.
We do a monthly segment with you, whether you know that or not.
Yes, I've been informed. You told me this is your first one of many to come.
Yes,
like,
if you're willing.
Always happy to talk.
Okay.
Always happy.
Well,
because we appreciate the updates.
Yeah,
sure.
and we'll have water here so you don't dry out.
And maybe we'll let you actually talk about what you want to talk about next time instead of us picking your brain on who you are.
You know, I got these notes here, but they're pretty much, we covered pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. It's just, you know, most of what I'm doing is just, it's community relations. It's getting out, meeting and talking and just being part of the community and seeing how I can help. So, and I'll put it out there. If you got ideas, things that you think from your listeners that, you know, they have ideas that they'd like to see, maybe that could, you know, better the community, not just in Harrison, but in the region, because we do represent the entire area. Let me know. I'm all ears.
Yeah.
Love to hear your ideas.
Well, I think that one aspect, a positive aspect about you is you're an approachable person.
Yeah.
And I think that that's required here.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I thank you.
We're glad that you're here.
Yeah, we're glad
I'm happy
you're
to be here and really looking forward to see what we can do.
All right. Well, we'll be looking
Jeff.
excited on having you again sometime. Thanks, Jeff.
You're quite welcome.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
The Table on the original KHOZ.
And welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. We have in the studio now.
Stevens.
Who?
Brian Stevens.
Is that who that is?
That's who that is.
Wow, I thought it was Brian Stevens from
Did you?
Harrison Chaos Baseball.
Okay, don't listen to him, Brian.
No, don't listen to me.
Don't listen. Well, it's nice to have you with us today. Thank you for being here.
It's good to be here. Thank you for having me.
And I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I'm looking at the logo on your shirt. Explain.
HC?
Yeah, Harrison Chaos. Explain what that means.
So Harrison Chaos really is just a attention name, really. We want to be able to go out on the baseball field and allow the kids to have fun and show them that baseball is chaotic. It's very hard. It's very mental. So if you can get the aspect of the mental part of the game down, I think that's what it's all about for the kids. And I think they really just love having fun, and having fun is a lot of chaos at all times, especially with
fun
10 or 12 kids.
A chaotic play where you're trying to do what do you call it when you get 3 out at one time?
Triple play.
Triple play. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of chaotic, right?
It is. We had one happen last year with our other team.
Wow.
And one play was the very last tournament of the season. We had a kid on the team make a triple play. It was
wow.
It was pretty chaotic.
Well, I appreciate that part of the chaos you mentioned is also using your brain. You know, it is a mental game. You got to think about what you're doing and what's next and stuff. So I always think that's good.
What ages are we talking about?
10U baseball.
10 and under.
10 and under.
In case people don't
know. Now, don't they already have an opportunity to play? What's different
why
about
Harrison
your organization?
Chaos? Yeah,
why your
Harrison
organization?
Chaos?
Why Harrison Chaos? Yeah. Honestly, I think the biggest thing that comes about why Harrison Chaos, we try to strive to make baseball so affordable for kids, because that's the biggest reason why kids cannot play travel baseball.
Okay.
It is. It's a costly thing. Plus, you have to spend the night places and all that. So you have
Yes,
to factor
correct.
that in.
Buying bats, helmets, gear, uniforms. It's very, very costly. And with us constantly doing sponsorships and trying to go out and raise money for the kids and let them be able to put the work in and pay for what they're doing, instead of having their parents come out of pocket so much money. So if we can keep it cost effective as possible, we're going to do that.
And how do you do that?
Doing fundraisers. We've actually already done 4 fundraisers this year. We've done a car wash fundraiser. We have done a basket fundraiser. We set up at the 3rd through 6th grade jamboree for football for the Harrison Hogs. That was a huge turnout. That was really good. We set up at 7 in the morning, went until about 7 that night.
Wow.
Parents, a lot of the kids came, helped. And then we have done a cookie dough and a snack fundraiser. And we have also done a donut fundraiser already.
Dadgum.
And that's all been since September. Coming in February or March, we're going to attempt to do a ragball tournament fundraiser.
Wow. Ragball's fun.
I have done a few tournaments in the past, playing and putting them on. I've got a lot of kids myself, so doing fundraisers for the kids to do sports or to help with cheer, athletics, or anything like that, that helps a lot. And I've got a lot of friends and family around me that I've known for a while that play softball and ragball with me that love to help, and we just return it in favor when they need something.
Don't you feel like teaching them too about sponsorships or about fundraising and being involved in the fundraising teaches them a lot as far as life skills? And I mean, stuff isn't free.
No, that's very true.
And they're working for it, which always gives a sense of ownership and pride, I think, with that too.
Yeah, that's I think one of the biggest things that we strive on. And I tell the boys every night that we practice, like last night after practice before we got done, nothing comes free in life. If you work for something, it means so much more to you later on down the road. And if we can get these kids to understand that while they're young, when they come to becoming young adults or young adults, that's going to make them realize really what their parents did for them growing up.
Sure.
And if you can get started at an early age and do something for yourself, you will be able to pass that on to your kids.
Right. I guess my point is too that it's not just fun. I mean, it is fun, But it's also teaching life skills that,
Yeah.
that
It
are
is.
very
And then
important.
if you don't teach life skills, that's my biggest thing. I'm not just about teaching baseball. I want to teach these young boys how to become young men. I want them to be responsible for their actions. We do get report cards every time they, after a semester ends, to make sure they have
Really?
good grades.
Okay.
I keep up with their teachers. I keep up with how they act at school.
So it's different
Wow.
than just a consolidated youth type thing whatsoever,
Correct.
because this is
Correct.
much more in depth, it sounds
Yes,
like.
I care for each kid individually like they're my own. I want them to know that other people out there care for them, and I want them to know that they can come to us if they have a problem, and we can be their safe space.
Yeah.
Now, is it elite? I mean, are there I don't want to say auditions. but
Tryouts.
Tryouts, I guess.
Yes,
is what
we
I'm
did
looking
hold.
for. Okay.
We held a tryout in September. We had about 15 kids come to tryouts. We only had to turn away one kid because we didn't have any more room on the team. And then a couple have fell off since then due to family things.
Sure.
But I've still got 11 or 12 on the team that we're still going strong. Right now we're practicing 2 days a week until January starts, and then we'll be going 3 days a week until tournaments start at the beginning of March. And then we'll do practices 2 days a week. And then
Where do you
tournaments on the
practice?
weekends.
And like, is
Yeah.
it super cold?
So we practice at the facility that is connected to Impact Tees across the street from
Oh,
Pace.
okay. Yeah.
We have an indoor
Oh,
facility that's laid down with turf and
yeah.
batting cages.
Okay.
Nice. So it's indoors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then we have the two wheeler fields right here beside you guys that we
Right.
use for whenever it's
Okay.
warmer outside.
And then you say you're a traveling team, so
Yes.
you've got other independent teams that you play. Is that
Yes, correct. Yeah. So most of the time we just travel to NWA. We'll go to Springdale, Rogers, Fayetteville, Bentonville area. And most of the time we travel around there just to keep it local enough for the parents to
Sure.
feel comfortable to travel
Yeah.
to, so they don't have to spend so much money traveling a lot farther away.
Okay.
So you got an hour drive instead of a 3 or 4 hour drive.
Yeah.
So this isn't necessarily a year-round thing?
Not right now.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay.
Right now we are worried on spring ball
Okay.
and summer ball, but we do want to keep growing and eventually get into playing spring and fall ball.
Okay.
But right now there's so many sports that the kids on the team
Yeah.
play.
Sure.
Between football and basketball and baseball. I don't want the kids to think that they have to just come to baseball. I want them to be able to venture out and play as many sports as possible.
Sure.
Now, sponsorships are available for children to be able to let them be a part of this. And how do people contact you if they want to give monetarily or whatever towards?
They can contact me at my cell phone, 870-517-9841. Or we have a Harrison Chaos Facebook page that they can get a hold of us
Okay.
on. And then I've got my assistant coach, Steven, or his wife, who is our treasurer, Ashley Naples,
Okay.
that they can get a hold of
Okay.
on our Harrison Chaos page to sponsorship.
We're about out of time, so
Yeah.
any last minute thing you want to throw out there?
I just want to give a shout out to Harrison Chaos Baseball. I do want to let the parents and the fans and the kids know that we appreciate you guys, and we are very thankful that you guys are a part of our team. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to put our heart and soul into this. If it wasn't for you guys, we'd probably just still be sitting on the couch, but this is something I enjoy doing very much. I think that over this next year, this is going to be a big family oriented baseball team,
Okay.
and that's what I strive for.
Well, thank you, Brian,
Yeah,
for
thanks,
taking
Brian.
time
I
out to come
appreciate
talk
it.
to us about Harrison Chaos Baseball and
All right.
boys and girls.
Just boys.
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 Okay.
Just
I,
boys.
you know, you
Yes.
never know anymore, so
Yeah.
I have to ask. Okay.
Softball for girls, baseball
Okay.
for the boys.
Perfect. Harrison Chaos Baseball. Go
Thanks,
check
Brian.
them out.
We're going
Thanks.
to take a break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. And welcome back to the final minutes of this week's Around the Table with Dan and Ann. It's been fun.
It's been
an exciting
week. It would be really
week.
nice if I could be heard, but it's been nice. He's going to turn me down. No, it's been nice yeah. I can't even talk now, Dan. It's Friday, and I'm so glad that it's Friday. I hope everyone has a pleasant weekend planned.
Yes. Are you leaving?
Last minute shopping or anything, maybe. I don't know. No, I'm not leaving. I've actually, December is kind of a busy month for me, especially with some of the stuff I sing at and that type of thing. And we have the Messiah coming up Monday night at 7 p.m. at First Baptist Church,
which Monday
will be my last singing commitment for this season.
Your engagement.
My last singing engagement. And it's a relief. When your voice is your instrument, it's a relief to be like, okay, I escaped any bad cold, any of that stuff. So I am thankful for that. But anyway,
good.
Yeah. Anywho, so Dan,
today is Friday the 13th.
It is.
It's only considered the unlucky in Western culture, something about the Last Supper in the Bible having 13 people. Jesus and the 12 apostles, Friday the 13th. Fun facts. There's a clinical name for the fear of Friday the 13th.
Oh my gosh.
That's Skevedecaphobia. Sparadecaphobia, something like that. Anyway.
Paraskevedecatriophobia.
Yeah, that's what it said. That's what I said. Exactly what I said. You pronounced it perfectly.
Thank you.
Every year, businesses, especially airlines, experience big losses during the superstition. People rushing to fly or make up deals.
Do you have a problem with it?
Flying?
No, Friday the 13th stuff.
I walk under ladders all the time and open umbrellas and break a mirror in the house and all that stuff. I never throw salt over my shoulder.
I don't do any of that either.
Any of that stuff.
National Cocoa Day.
Cocoa.
Cocoa. Who doesn't love some cocoa? National Guard Day. Oh, the National Guard.
Yeah. 388 years old today. National Violin Day, or a fiddle.
Fiddle.
And Saturday's a free shipping day.
Really? Is that like legit? I don't
today's
know.
the 16th annual free shipping day, when department stores and retailers waive the minimum ordering requirements and even guarantee your items will get there before Christmas.
Whatever.
And we got to go.
Yeah, we're done.
We're done. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday.